Good morning, dear children. Welcome to the science session. Today, I am going to start the one of the topic from physics, that is describing motion. Chapter number 5. Describing motion. So, you people have learned about the motion in your earlier classes. So, in 8th standard, let us discuss more about the motion. So, first one is introduction. What is meant by motion? So, for example, how will you consider the motion? The position, otherwise the thing which is change the position from one place to the another place, we can easily call it as the motion. Otherwise, a person, for example, a person is standing here. So, what we call he is in rest. Means he is not changing the position. That's why we can easily call it at a rest. For example, the person moved from one place to another place. He came here. Correct? The person is standing here. What we call it a rest. The person is changing the position. Means he came here. What we call it as the motion. Is nothing but the motion is totally dependent upon the position and time. Means at what time he has changed the position. For example, the person is at rest. Just he walked from one place to another place by taking 2 minutes. He covered 2 kilometers. What we call it as the motion. Means the definition of the motion is the thing which is changing the position at the rate of time with a fixed frame. So, fixed frame is nothing but it should take any one direction. That is the front or back or upwards or downwards. So, this is called motion. Understanding? The thing which is changing the position with the time in the frame of reference is called what? Motion. Next one. So, we are having some things. What is that? Scalar and vector. So, scalar quantities and vector quantities. Scalar quantity is nothing but the thing which has the magnitude and direction. This is totally dependent upon what? Scalar is nothing but only magnitude. There is no direction. The thing which has only magnitude, there is no direction, is called scalar quantity. Vector is nothing but magnitude and direction. Means the thing which is under the magnitude and direction. So this is called vector quantity. So let us means in the next thing, otherwise in the next point we will discuss what is the magnitude and what is the direction. So just scalar means what? The thing which has or the thing which is under only the magnitude is called scalar. What is meant by vector? The thing which is under magnitude as well as direction is called vector. So the motion is only scalar quantity. It has only the magnitude. There is no particular direction. Next one. So understood? The next point is distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. Okay. So one of the best point in the describing motion, that is the distance and displacement. So how will we define the distance and the displacement? So for example, so let us discuss the distance and displacement through an example. So plant A and here the plant B. Correct? So honeybee is there. So it will first it came near the plant A. It has to cover, means it has to go to the plant B. So what thing is called a distance and what thing we call the displacement. For example, this is the direct way. I don't know if the honeybee starts from plant A to the plant B. and while coming back, it has taken another direction like this. Okay. So in this diagram, what is the distance and what is the displacement? The shortest distance. The shortest distance is called displacement. Shortest distance. Otherwise, the shortest path is called displacement. Why we call displacement? Okay. How will say plant A is here and plant B is there. What we'll do is just draw a straight line between the object A and object B. So this distance is called, otherwise this path is called displacement. So that is called shortest path. Next one will come the distance. For example, the honeybee starts moving from plant A to the plant B in a different direction. While coming back, it has taken in a different direction. So this direction is called distance. So this is called actual path. Clear? This is the shortest path and this is the actual path. Means so if we go straight, we can easily cover the both plant A and plant B. But there is no way, otherwise we have some obstacles in that. What we will do? We will change the directions. Otherwise we will change the magnitude. So this path is called the distance and this path is called the displacement. Understanding? The shortest path is always displacement. The actual path is always what? Distance. Next, we will come to the assignment. Assignment of distance is meter. Clear? So as well as the assignment of displacement is also what? Meter. Understanding? The assignment of the distance is meter as well as the assignment of displacement is also meter. So for example, the honeybee starts moving from A to the B. It has taken some, it has got some distance. While coming back, it is changed the position, it is changed the path. So here the distance will not become 0. For example, it starts moving like this from A to the B. While coming back, it has taken the same way. If it is taken the same way, the displacement will become 0, but the distance will not become 0 because in the distance, while going from A to the B, it has taken the different path. While coming back B to the A, it has taken the different path. That's why we will not call it as the distance is 0, but we can say the displacement is 0. Means how we will call A to the B, it has taken the same path. So we cover the distance from A to the B. So once it came here, again it has taken the same path. Means again it came back to the point A. Then we can call the displacement is 0. Clear? The shortest path and the actual path. And here the assignment of distance is meter. The assignment of displacement is also meter. So let us solve one question based on distance and displacement. Okay. Three persons are standing like this. In the right angle, for that shape, person A and the person B and the person C. The distance between the person A to B is 3 meter and the distance between person B to the C is 4 meter. What is the distance between and A to the C? An object A travels from A to B 3 meter and then from B to the C 4 meter. Then what is the distance traveled and what is the displacement? First one, how to find the distance and how to find out the displacement. Here, first one, by Pythagoras theorem, let us find out the value of AC. How to find out the value of AC? Yes, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So you know the theorem of Pythagoras. So Pythagoras is nothing but AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Next, what will you do? AC square is nothing but x square. We have substituted the AC as a x. Next, AB is 3 square, BC is 4 square. 3 3 is 9, 4 4 is 16. X square value will become 25. Adding these two will get 25. X means root 25. What is the next value? 5 meter. So what is the difference between? Otherwise, what is the difference between the A to C? 5 meter. So here we have to take two things. First one, distance, and second one is displacement. So distance is nothing but longest path. So distance is nothing but longest path. What will we do? AB plus BC. How will we call? So a person A and he wanted to meet a person C. What he will do? I will take the path. First he will come to the B. Understanding? How much he will go the distance? 3 meter. Afterwards he will go from B to the C. How much he will go the distance? 4. Means first take the 3 plus 4. The total distance is 7 meter. Distance is what? 7 meter. This is the actual path. So what is the displacement? Directly you will take the path from A to the C. Means directly you will take short distance. That is AC. Nothing but 5 meter. Understanding? Means A wanted to meet a C. How you will come? A to the B and then he will go to B to the C. Means 3 plus 4. How much he wanted to cover? He wanted to cover 7 meter. But if he is in a displacement, directly he will come A to the C. So that is called 5 meter. So distance is always more than the displacement. Distance is always more than the displacement. Okay, this is the first example. So if you want to take the answer of this question, just pause the video and write down this answer. Okay, one more is there. What is that? In a circular path, for example, some person is standing here, another person is there. AB. Okay, an object moves from A to the B in a circular path of a radius 7 meter. What is the radius? So take it as 7 meter. 7 meter. This is the radius and this is also radius. Means half of the circle is called radius. Next, what is the distance traveled and what is the displacement? Okay, here also we should find the distance as well as displacement. So for example, the person A is here, the person B is standing here. So just consider it as a well. How the person will come? How the person will come? The person wanted to meet A to the B. He will come in this direction, otherwise in this direction. Means at least he has to cover half of the circle. Correct? What about the displacement? Already said the shorter distance means directly he will go from here to here. Yes or no? So we have considered the well. Person wanted to meet the B should go half of the circle. First one, what he will do? Perimeter of the with circle. Not one round, only half. So half circle. So perimeter of half circle is nothing but half 2 pi r. Correct? So inside math is there. What is that? Perimeter of the circle is 2 pi r. So we need only the half distance from here to here. So what we should do? We should take only half. Next, to get cancel. What is the pi value? 22 by 7. And what is the radius? So radius is 7 meter. 7 we cancel. 22 meter. What is this? This is the distance. Understanding? The distance is how much? 22 meters. And what about the displacement? So displacement is nothing but already I said directly it should go like this from on the point O. So what is the displacement? 7 meter plus 7 meter, totally 14 meter. Clear? The distance and displacement in circular pathway. Circular pathway is nothing but, so this is, if we come like this is called distance. The same person, if we go like this, and this is the what? Displacement. Understanding? The distance is always more than the displacement. Okay. third point. What is the third point here? The third point is speed and velocity. So already we have learned about the motion. Next scalar and vector quantities, and the third point is distance and displacement. And next we will go to the one more thing, that is speed and velocity. Yes. First thing, speed and velocity. So in this class, let us discuss about the speed. Yes. So people know very well about the speed. For example, if you take anything like a vehicle, if you are taking a running, so anything else is totally depend upon what? Speed. For example, the bike is moving. For example, any person just pass in front of you through the bike, what you will say? Oh, he is going in 60 kilometers. It's nothing but that is called speed. In the speed we are having two things. One is what? Slow and fast. The speed is totally dependent on what? Slow and fast. So normal words. For example, a person is walking. What do you say? He is going slow. A person is running. What do you say? He is running. He is going fast. Otherwise, he is running. So it means what? The displacement. Otherwise, change in the position with the slow or in the speed. Here two things will come. First one is uniform speed and non-uniform speed. Uniform speed, first point, and the second point is non-uniform speed. Yes. So what is this uniform speed and the non-uniform speed? Let us know about by taking the example. A is there and B is there. Okay, these are the two places. The vehicle is moving from A to the B. The vehicle is going from A to the B with same speed. For example, the vehicle covered the distance from A to the B in 40 kilometers per hour. Understand? I'm giving the example based on uniform speed. The car is moving from A to the B with the same speed, means he has taken 40 kilometers. He is in the speed of 40 kilometers. He covered A to the B. So this is called uniform speed. Means there is no change in the speed. For example, A to the point A and point B and point C. So totally we are having 3 points. Here the car has taken, otherwise the person has taken speed 40 kilometers per hour. And later on, after reaching the point B, he increased the speed 50 kilometers per hour to reach the point C. Means, look here, A to the B, he has taken 40 kilometers per hour. Means the same speed he has covered. While covering A to the B, he is in the same speed. But when he passed to the point B, if he wanted to reach point C, just he increased the speed 10 km per hour. Means A to the B is the 40 and B to the C is the 50 km. This is called non-uniform speed. Understanding? Means he changed the speed according to the position. So that is called non-uniform speed. Here one more will come. What is that? Average speed and average speed. First thing, for example, okay, uniform speed. Average speed is totally dependent upon non-uniform speed. Okay, let us take this point only. Next point is what? Average speed. So what is the average speed? For example, the car is traveling distance A to the B. So take A to the B and next B to the C and B to the C. First, he is in time t1 means the total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Total distance divided by total time. First thing is what? A to the B, he is in the speed of what? 40 km plus B to the C, we has a speed of 50 kilometer. What is the time? 1 hour plus 1 hour. This is 50 plus 50 is 90. 1 plus 1 is 2. Next term. 90 upon 2 is that. Means 40 plus 50 is 90 upon 2. 2 also 2 45 some. So what is the average speed? 45 kilometer per hour. Understanding? But first he was in the 40 kilometer. He increased. But to cover the distance from A to the C, the average speed is what? 45 kilometer per hour. Understanding? The average speed is totally dependent upon what? Non-uniform speed, not dependent upon the uniform speed. Any doubts are there? Okay. One more thing. The estimate of the speed is, how to take the definition? Okay. Next one will come to the SI. SI means speed is equal to distance divided by time. I will take the distance in meter, time what? Seconds. Next one. Speed is equal to meter per second. This is the SI unit of speed. Understood? Okay, remaining thing we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.